Alright, what's going on, guys? Try back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing your daily Walking Dead video for today. First, we're going to go over an article from comicbook.com. We've got the runtime for the next few episodes for The Walking Dead Season 7. That makes it 9, 10, and 11, and they're all extended. Yeah. And I'll put the link in the description to comicbook.com so you guys can go ahead and check it out. I want to thank Andy G, as usual, who sent me this one. Just let me know. And wanted to give my thoughts. So this is pretty awesome. So Rockin' the Road is our mid-season premiere, February 12th. And that one's going to be, that's episode 9, 73 minutes. So it's an extra 13 minutes, including commercials. So usually for Walking Dead, we get about 42-minute episodes, somewhere around there. And then the rest is commercials for our hour block. With an extra 13 minutes for this one, with commercials, probably, 2/3 of that will be the actual show, so maybe somewhere around like 9 extra minutes of actual footage. So it'd probably be like a 51, 52, 53-minute episode. So that's the mid-season premiere. And then the next week, episode 10 is going to be 66 minutes, so that's an extra 6 minutes with commercials, so probably like an extra couple scenes or something, like 4 minutes, something like that. And then episode 11 is going to be 68 minutes, so it's going to be an extra 8 minutes with commercials as well, too. Very cool stuff to hear. So that's all we know so far. I mean, further on down, we could have some more extended episodes. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this season might have more extended episodes than any other season we've ever had. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, every other episode in this one is extended. So I'm happy that they're extending the episodes and they're giving us more Walking Dead, because really, they're not really doing 16 episodes. If you look at all the extensions from the season, it's more like they're probably giving us about 18 episodes when you factor in all the add-on pieces at the end. So an extra 13 here, 6 there, 8 there, add on the others from the first half of the season. By the time the season's done, you're probably, if you divide it out by the time, it's probably more like 18 episodes a season. So, very cool, man. I really won't complain that they're making too much Walking Dead. In the video yesterday I did, is The Walking Dead Dying. If you missed it, check it out. It's in the channel where we discuss how everyone's feeling about The Walking Dead going into the second half of Season 7, where the buzz is at, where the hype is at for us. And, a lot of people did mention, or a few people anyway, that maybe it'd be better if they shrunk the seasons down. It's not really what I would want to see, because I like the extension. I like the extended episodes. I like to get more Walking Dead than less. I'd rather have more than less. But at the same time, I do want it to be pretty good quality anyway. So, I'm happy to hear that they're going to be extending these episodes out. The only thing I would be a little bit, kind of cautionary on is, was it on purpose? Now, that's a good question. Was it on purpose that these next 3 episodes, 9, 10, and 11, are all going to be extended? Because we had so many in the first half that were extended. I almost feel like it's probably not intentional. Probably what happened is they filmed so much in so many different locations, and then they went to put it all in together, and in the editing room they realized they had an extra 6 minutes, or 8 minutes, or 13 minutes. So maybe in some cases, like if they do a 90-minute episode, I will be sitting there thinking to myself, okay, this was on purpose. It was on purpose for them to do an extra half an hour because, that seems intentional, doesn't it, when you get an extra block of a half an hour. But when we're getting episodes like this where a lot of them are an extra couple scenes, like 6 minutes or 8 minutes or 13 minutes. It almost makes me curious to wonder, like, was that on purpose, or did that just kind of happen and then you didn't want to cut stuff out because you had so much different filming happening in different spots, and then you're putting it all together? And that is one of the struggles, I think, for Season 7 with the bottling and the different things that they've been doing, is a lot of times they have so much different stuff going on in so many different locations. They probably have multiple teams doing it too, I would think, as well, more than just one team now for The Walking Dead. That they're probably finding that when they put it all together, they have some extra stuff here that they don't want to take out. So they just leave it in and it's extended. So, hey, I'm not complaining, and, I'm happy to hear we're getting more. I'd rather have more than less. And also, of course, they've got Talking Dead and stuff like that, so they can work it out with their scheduling. They can say, okay, Talking Dead, you don't have a full hour block this time. You only have this chunk to do your thing. And, hey, I'd rather have more Walking Dead and a little bit less Talking Dead than more Talking Dead and less Walking Dead. So, absolutely. So, Let me know what you guys think about the extended ones. I'm still pretty excited. I don't want to make it seem like with the video yesterday that I'm like totally done with the series or something, or the series is dead. It's totally done. No, I mean the purpose of that was to kind of get an idea of where you guys were at. I want to thank you guys for leaving your comments and letting me know where you're at too. I found that the majority of you guys are somewhere like me, where you've been more excited for a half, you've been more excited for a season. You're still enjoying The Walking Dead, but you also are kind of at a stage where you're not as hyped for it as sometimes you have been, where it peaked for you as a viewer. And for everybody, it's pretty much different. So the episode titles for the extended episodes 7, 10, and 7-11 have not been revealed, but the mid-season premiere, directed by executive producer Greg Nicotero, called Rockin' the Road. And that's good. I'm happy to hear that Greg Nicotero is going to be directing the mid-season, because his episodes are always really good. Like, even if he didn't like to see the death of Tyrese and what happened and what's going on, and it wasn't a good placement for like maybe a death in a premiere episode, it was still kind of like a special episode. So I find that Greg Nicotero directs a lot of the special episodes. When they have one that they really want to do something creative, either hallucinations or mass amounts of zombies or crazy effects, they often get him to do it, which is always awesome. So Rockin' the Road. The official synopsis reads, Rick was introduced to a new community. The common assumption regards Rick being introduced to King Ezekiel, as seen in the previews for The Walking Dead's mid-season 7 premiere, but with the possibility of bringing in the new fan-dubbed Garbage Pail Kids into the mix before the 73 minutes have broadcast it also exits. So it's possible we could see them in the first episode. So that'd be cool to see that group in the first episode. Just to kind of... so it should be an exciting mid-season premiere. Greg Nicotero directing, and yeah, it should be good. 7-10 will be directed by Jeffrey F. January. Don't recall that name. If he's directed a prior episode, I can't recall off the top of my head. And 7-11 will be directed by Carrie Skogland. I'm also drawing a blank on that one. Nicotero will return for 7-12. So very cool. So I'm really looking forward to those episodes, definitely. It also says here, extended episodes have a common occurrence throughout The Walking Dead 7th season. In fact, more episodes have been extended than episodes which fit into the standard 1-hour time slot. However, most episodes only run a few minutes beyond it. I knew it. It's not on purpose. More episodes are longer than they should be than the ones that actually aren't. So hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just being observant here. We're just observing. Dynasty Warrior Zed says, hey Trev, do you think that Rick will ever be as badass as he was in season 5? So first off, write your comments below on the extension and what you guys think about that, about them maybe not cramming all their stuff into the episodes. But also, if you're liking that and you think it's a good thing, or if you think it's kind of messy and, maybe it's kind of a bad thing. So will Rick ever be as badass as he was in season 5 with the beard? And I like how people draw, a connection between the length of Rick's beard and the amount of badassery Rick executes in that season is dependent on the size of his beard. I think season 8 Rick could be a badass. Season 8 Rick, and I've got at the front there, you see in the background, I got the 3-0 Rick, really cool, with the beard. That's a season 5 Rick. So it's a great question from Dynasty Warriors. That might be the most badass we've seen Rick so far. And even Negan notices it on the camera, right? So that's pretty cool. So I like how that's kind of tongue-in-cheek that even they point that out. But I think that we could see an even bigger badass Rick during All Out War in Season 8, because that shit is going to be crazy. So I think we will. I think we'll see a more badass Rick coming up next year, probably. Simon Belmont says, hey Trev, Q&A. When do you think we will see the birth of Maggie's child in the TV series of The Walking Dead? Do you think she'll have a boy like in the comics, or do you think that they will switch genders and give her a girl? What are your thoughts? Thank you for the videos. Keep up the great work, man. So for Simon B, most likely they'll probably just keep it the same. They used to change stuff a lot more, but lately especially they've just been keeping it like, that's what the comic did, let's just do the same thing. So when will we see that in the TV series? Is a really good question, because as we know, if you guys missed my timeline video, I did a video for the Timeline Explained on Christmas Day. It's a Christmas special. You can check it in the channel if you didn't see it. I know most of you guys have seen it now. You've only got a couple years in the zombie apocalypse passing between 7 years of real world time. So of course it doesn't pass the same way in in the TV show as it does in the real world. 7 years in the real world, 7 seasons, but in the show it's only been probably a couple years. So 9 months, if you think about it, 3.5 seasons based on what we've had so far. But I think we're going to see some time skips and stuff like that. It's going to be a bit different. So if I had to guess, I'd probably say season 9, season 10. So one of those 2 seasons we'll probably see the birth of Maggie's baby, which will be really cool. All the chickies will love it, and it'll be fun. And it'll just be a feels type of thing, emotional thing. So that'll be really cool to see. And I'm excited to see that. I can't wait to see that. I won't give away too much about comics and the baby and stuff like that. But it's still still really young in the comics as well too. It's time just doesn't pass like that. So like some people have also asked, do you think we'll ever see Judith grown up? And probably not. The show probably will get canceled before we see Judith grown up, unless it's a spin-off or something. But that might be really hard to do, because then the world will be like totally shut down. It'll just be like 10 or 20 years later after the zombie apocalypse. But who knows, man? Maybe we could see them grow up eventually. But I would like to see that, but I just don't know. With all the problems The Walking Dead has been having this year and everything, and a lot of viewers jumping ship and stuff, we'll see if it gets there. Hopefully, I'm an optimist, and I hope that it will, so we'll see. The Irish Spartacus says, guns are too violent. What will happen is that fairies will give Rick special friendship bracelets, which he will share with Negan, while Dwight and Daryl will bond by braiding each other's hair. Oh my goodness. They all hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Walkers will join in, and now they're all friends at the end. So that's his ending for The Walking Dead. Nice. I wanted to just throw that in. This is funny. Sunny Day Tea Factory says, what are the chances that we will never see the Whisperers in the storyline if AMC makes the next season the final season due to ratings? If they continue to fall, I'm sure they will want to finish on top and not fade into scraps. So Sunny Day Tea Victory. So what are the chances we'll never see the Whisperers? Probably like none, because even if The Walking Dead fell below 5 million views an episode, even if that happened in a few years, which I don't think it will, but even if it did, they still probably wouldn't give it up, because, at least not for a while, because The Walking Dead is the biggest series they've ever had. So it would have potential to have a resurgence and come back up and maybe hit it big again. So it's kind of like, for them, they wouldn't, even if it wasn't doing that well, even if they lost money on it for a couple years probably, which they're not, but even if they did, for the potential, they probably would just keep it going to hope that, and really shake things up and put downward pressure on everybody involved to get shit going again, to get it back to where it was. This is how the things go. They're top down. Boom, 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 boom. Shit rolls downhill. That's the way it goes. So if the shareholders don't get paid, everything sucks for everybody underneath it. That's just how it goes. Stress, pressure, and all that stuff. You guys know how it is. And the last one will be from Andrew Pierce. I think the reason for the bottle episodes and the addition of the new group and the Oceanside is because there's not that much crazy content between issue 100 and All Out War to fill out a season. So when it comes, when season 8 comes, it should go back to full speed. And I actually agree with you, Andrew. I think you might have this right. I think they probably looked at season 7 and they probably thought, we don't really want to get into All Out War too much this season. Maybe a little bit at the end, but let's try and see if we can really, examine what it's like being under Negan, make the audience feel down and under him, and then understand why Rick and the others have no choice but to fight back up. And then season 8 could be our best season ever. So it's possible that right now what we're seeing is we're just in that state. They want us to be there. They're playing with us, right? They want us to be down so that when we get out, it can be like the most, the best season ever and the most rewarding and all that, because we were down and now we're up. So, lower low, higher highs, right? This is kind of the way it works, yin and yang. So, a good question from Andrew. But here's to say, season 8 should be the best season ever for sure. This half should be good too. It should finish strong. It's just that, after the season 7 premiere, and maybe I shouldn't hate on season 7 too much, because really, And I don't really either. It's just kind of what I've been seeing from you guys, a lot of it, which impacts what I do in the videos with Q&As and stuff. That's the interactivity that I have with you guys, is that a lot of what you guys say influences what I do with the channel and the videos I choose and the topics. But the Season 7 premiere was probably the most hyped episode ever. Really it was. That was the most... So after that, yeah, of course there might be a coming down period, which we still may be kind of feeling. But Season 7's premiere was like the biggest... the most hyped episode ever. People were talking about that. That was cooked, like overcooked. That shit was burnt by the time it came out. It was so crazy. Everybody was going nuts. So yeah, I think Season 8 will be awesome. So I'm an optimist, and I think things will get a lot better. So let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, please thumb it up below. Let me know what you think about the extended episodes and how you're feeling about Walking Dead again. Check out that video if you missed it yesterday. If you're new and you want a subscribe button, left a sub, turn on notifications, click the bell so you get notifications. If you haven't added me on Twitter, add me on Twitter. Check link will be in the description. Twitter.com/TrevorChan2. You can add me. I'll add you back. It's fun stuff, and me and Jess, we post all kinds of stuff. So it's cool. It's, again, interactivity. You guys are my friends, so back and forth, so it's always good. That'll be it for today's video, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. It's Trav saying peace. Later, guys. I'll see you soon. You can share, you can favorite, you can subscribe. Hell, you're all going to be doing that.